We'll be rolling this out at different schools, kind of a traveling roadshow, if you will. And there'll be informational flyers. Jorge Ronquillo and Lika are teaming up to get this going with the help of the schools, our schools, and the support materials that we're receiving from both the county and actually the LA Census Bureau, a speaker who's willing to come out and work with us. And we can provide more information in the Friday update.
So I think that's great, and I think that I'm not sure. Maybe Yolanda would know if we have a complete count committee for Azusa yet, and if not, I'd love to have us reach out to the city and see if we can have a complete count committee that includes both the city and the district and other stakeholders. 10 years ago, we had a complete count committee, but it was more for San Gabriel Valley.
We do have a committee with Martin Quiroz and Jorge Rosales, and I'm in that committee, and Mayor Rocha, and I'm trying to think who else is on there, but yeah, they do have a committee.
So what I'd like to, okay.
Yes.
Yeah, so what I'd like to see is
That's the answer.
to integrate the work that we're doing into that committee so it becomes a community-wide effort and not necessarily like we're doing our thing and the city's doing something else, because ultimately it benefits all of us.
Well, that's what the gentleman named David Lee, which did email me today, and he is going to meet with Linda and Mr. Ronquillo sometime next week so that we can work, partner with the city and the school district together.
Okay, who's David Lee?
Daniel Lee, he's a coordinator for the Census Bureau.
Census, okay. Right. Okay, well, I'm hoping we can take a strong lead on that. That'd be great. Thank you.
Alrighty.
I would like to just commend whoever made the timeline. Thank you. I would like.
That was Lika.
Yes,
Lika.
that was really good. Do we have this on our website? Not yet.
They've been developing a specific page on the website for the census to keep people informed, and it's in process.
Great, thank you.
I think it's a great idea that, partnering together, because the better it gets, the better count we get, the more assets and help we get in our district along with it, so.
And then actually, I have one more other question. So, and then in terms of, I know since they're developing curriculum, right, that's available, how are we planning on utilizing that and getting that into schools? Because my understanding, especially in the Latino community, there's a push to try to focus on high school students because often they're the ambassadors, and I think there's a feeling that if you get them on board, that they can actually help ensure that their families complete their forms.
LACO has their social studies specialist has worked with teachers throughout the county to develop curriculum which are available to us at no cost, and Dana has been looking into that to bring it and share it with our staff.
So I look forward to hearing about how we're going to be doing that. Thank you.
Okay, moving on, 9.3 legal representation, we've tabled that, so we're moving on to the consent calendar. 10.1, all matters listed under the consent calendar are considered by the board to be routine and will be enacted by the board in one motion on a format following the last consent calendar agenda item. There will be no discussion of these items prior to the time the board, staff, or the public requests specific items to be discussed. If discussion is requested by a board member, that item will be removed from the consent calendar and will be considered separately. The superintendent and staff recommend approval of all consent calendar agenda items. So do I have a motion?
Motion to approve?
I'll second.
A motion by Board Member Ariana, seconded by Board Member Cruz Gonzalez. And any discussion? Let's vote. All righty, it passes 4 and 1 absent. All right, now we're moving on to, since we didn't pull any items from the consent calendar, to 12.0, Human Resources. 12.1, consider approval to determine seniority among TK 212 and management certificated employees with the same seniority date. Tiebreaker resolution, resolution number 1920-23. Do I have a motion?
I make a motion to approve 12.1.
I'll second.
Okay, I have a motion by Board Member Rodriguez Peña and seconded by Board Member Cruz Gonzalez. And any discussion? Okay, let's go ahead and vote that one. Okay, it passes 4-0, or 4, yeah, and 1 absent. And then we'll move on to 12.2, consider approval to determine seniority among adult education, non-management, certificated employees with the same seniority date, tiebreaker resolution. Approve resolution 19-20 to 24. Do I have a motion? Do
Motion to approve?
I have a second?
Second.
Okay, so we have a motion by Board Member Arianes and a second by Board Member Cruz Gonzalez. Do we have any discussion? Okay, let's go ahead and vote then. Okay, it passes 4 and 1 absent. We move down to 13.0, Business and Finance. 13.1, Contract for California Multi-Tiered System of Supports, MTSS, Scale Up MTSS Statewide, SUMS, and Initiative Support Curriculum and Instructional Services. Do I have a motion to approve?
Make a motion to approve 13.1.
I second.
A motion by Board Member Rodriguez Peña, seconded by Board Member Arianes. Any discussion? Okay, let's vote. And it passes 4 and 1 absent. And we'll move on to 13.2, approve resolution 1920-25, approve contract with Athletic Field Engineering Intergovernmental Purchasing Alliance. So do we have a motion?
Motion to approve?
I'll second.
A motion by Board Member Ariana, seconded by Board Member Cruz Gonzalez. And any discussion?
Just want to ask a question on the price difference. Is it because the one field's bigger than the other, right?
Yes.
There's a difference in the price between the materials on the two, and it's just differences in the size to fill in the space. The Gladstone space is a little bit tighter.
Thank you.
So my question is, where are we in the process of, so this is the turf, right? So where are we in the process of building those beautiful new tracks?
So we have gone out for a rebid, and bids are being submitted as we speak. And so once that closes, we'll rank those bids in order of ones that qualify under the provisions specified in the documents, and then by price, and they'll be selected, and then we'll be able to move forward with starting construction hopefully soon, barring no protest or anything like that.
The bidding is going to end when? When is it closing?
Off the top of my head, I don't have the date, but it is within the next 30 days.
But okay, it would be great to know if it's going to be within the next board meeting. You could just give us an update on that written. That'd be great.
Sure.
Thank you.
Any more discussion? Okay, place your votes. Okay, it passes 4 and 1 absent. And now we're going to move to 14.0, the special dessert reception for the classified employee of the year. So we are outside in the back by where we normally are, not the pagoda, the gazebo, thank you. So please join us. We'll all go out there.
20.
Okay, so we're going to go out, there's a little gazebo out there, and they have little treats.
Here on the mic, and then I'll go down.
Okay, sounds good. Welcome, everybody. How about we all start getting seated and get ready for this exciting adventure and welcoming and honoring all of our classified employees of the year. Are we ready? Okay, welcome everybody. We're going to begin our presentation for the Classified Employees of the Year, and congratulations to everybody being honored, and let's begin. So,
good evening, everyone. Board President, board members, cabinet, and audience, thank you all for being here. And it is my great pleasure to congratulate our 2019-2025 Classified Employees of the Year. Let's give them a big, big round of applause. Thank you. This is a wonderful event, and I have the honor of kicking off this celebration. Our district's mission is to equip every student with the knowledge and skills to fulfill their purpose and positively impact society. However, the work of educating students, the work of equipping students cannot happen without our classified team members. Our classified employees ensure that our classrooms and schools are clean and ready for students to learn. They staff our offices to welcome students and parents and their families. Our classified employees serve our students food, safely transport students from home to school and to their extracurricular activities. The mission of Azusa Unified largely depends on the work of our classified employees, and we have the very best. Absolutely. The work of our classified employees is also personal for me because my mom worked as a classified employee for more than 25 years, serving as an instructional aide in the district that I attended and later worked in. An important lesson that I learned from my mom was, dime con quién andas y te diré quién eres. In English, the motivational speaker, Jim Rome, states, you are the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. So essentially, if you spend your time with people who want to improve themselves and do well, you will also want to improve yourself and do well. If you spend time with people who are negative, well, I think you could tell where that would end up. I make this point because in a few moments, you will hear about the classified employees who every day raise the district's average and make our district and community better. They go the extra mile for students, for teachers, and for parents. These are our classified superstars, and each one of them has a unique story and boundless talents. I want to thank each of you for your work and commitment to our students, and I want to be the first here to congratulate you, our very, very best. Congratulations, Classified Employees of the Year for 2019-2020. So it's with great pleasure that I turn the microphone over to the adult school.
Good evening. My name is Linda McNary. I'm the director at the Azusa Adult Education Center. And on behalf of the entire team there, I want to honor Naomi Diaz as our Classified Employee of the Year. Naomi is here tonight. Is this working? Okay. Naomi is here tonight with her fiance, and who's here to celebrate with her, Javier. Naomi joined our team about 3 years ago as a school clerk, and as we began this year, she was part of a reorganization plan of responsibilities for our classified staff. Previously, she was responsible for processing all of our purchase requisitions and handling a lot of the things that happened in our front office. And this year, we moved her to a new location, and we added responsibilities to her. One of our school goals this year is to increase our relationships with our third-party agencies to assist our career technical education students with securing funding for their tuition, their textbooks, their materials, supplies, different clearances that they need. And knowing how organized Naomi is, we knew she was the right person to handle this task and to take it on. And through her diligence and organization, she has been able to assist 22 of our Career Tech education students this year in securing full funding for their education and training in preparation for careers. As I spoke to our staff about Naomi, many commented on how appreciative they are of the work that she does to support our students, our staff, and our programs, but also for her work in setting up a variety of activities that improve the work environment at our school. She's extremely creative, and through her creativity and teamwork, we have added theme days, we've had some great parties with some fun activities, and it's all really due to her involvement in all of that, and our staff really appreciates that. As a person, Naomi takes great pride in what she does, and is always willing to chip in and do whatever is necessary to get the job done and to support our students. So we're very fortunate to have her as a part of our team, and so please join me in congratulating Naomi Diaz as our Classified Employee of the Year.
Congratulations. And so as our tradition, I'm going to read the very first one. Azusa Unified School District, Azusa Adult Education Center Classified Employee of the Year Award is proudly presented to Naomi Diaz for outstanding dedication and contribution to AUSD students. January 7th, 2020, signed by Superintendent Dr. Linda Kaminsky and Board President Jerry Bibles-Vogel. So congratulations. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you. Are you taking a picture?
Good evening, Azusa. My name is Martin Gomez, and I'm the proud principal of Azusa High School. Tonight, we are here to celebrate Miss Irene Rodriguez. I have had the esteemed pleasure of working with Miss Irene Rodriguez for the last 2.5 years. Her demeanor with students, parents, teachers, and staff members are at an exceptional level as she understands the importance of positive customer service. Ms. Rodriguez's positive can-do attitude is coupled with a whatever-it-takes mentality, which is essential for her role of welcoming the community. I have witnessed firsthand how Ms. Rodriguez has used her management skills, her positive energy to improve the overall attitude of the Aztec staff, ensured that we have positive relationships with subs, putting together the morning's announcements, etc. She also does a great job of ensuring every class has a teacher, completing the daily bulletins, redirecting parents and visitors, and taking all the phone calls in the morning. To top it off, she also forces herself to laugh at the jokes from Mr. Velasco and myself. Keep in mind that she does this every day, all before 8 a.m. So Irene grew up in Azusa. She lives in Azusa. Her husband coaches at Azusa, and her 2 daughters attend Azusa High. She is committed to improving Azusa High School because her family is Azusa. As the saying goes, once an Aztec, always an Aztec. She is supported today by her husband Hugo, her 2 daughters Brianna and Raylene, and her 2 brothers. She's also here with Aztec staff and the Azusa administrative team. We nominated Irene because of her positivity, efficiency, great customer service, and her commitment to the front office at Azusa High. Thus, without any reservation, it gives us great pleasure to honor Ms. Irene Rodriguez as Azusa High School's Classified Employee of the Year. How's it going?
Good evening. It gives me great pleasure to introduce to the AUSD Family Center Middle School's Classified Employee of the Year, Mrs. Maria Escalante. Mrs. Escalante embodies all we can dream for in a colleague, friend, and community member. She brings an energy and professionalism that enhances many areas of our campus as our community liaison. In a short time, she has had a prodigious impact. Mrs. Escalante has been in the district for 11 years and at Center this last school year as our community liaison. The panel really resonated on the amount of positive influences she has made in a short time. For our school, it is about who is on fire right now. Maria is a trailblazer at Center. Maria brings a professional and loving approach to Center. Her love of kids and families can only be superseded by her dedication to the overall school community. In one of the first conversations with Mrs. Escalante, she ended with, "You will not regret hiring me." One staff member reminded me those words several times during the year after she did fantastic job after fantastic job, and again after her selection as Center's Classified Employee of the Year. She has not only lived true to her words, but exceeded in numerous areas. Mrs. Escalante has brought life and energy to our school by creating an open environment for our families and supporting staff. The Parent Center has taken on a new look as well. Utilizing volunteers and staff, Maria has made an environmental impact throughout the whole campus. Outside of school life, Maria volunteers in marriage programs at both St. Francis of Rome and Our Lady of Guadalupe churches. She continues to look for opportunities to enhance and serve her community. The Center and AUSD community would like to thank Mrs. Escalante's family, who are here tonight, for sharing her with us. Her gifts and talents are appreciated by the students, staff, and families of Azusa. Please join me in congratulating a remarkable woman and Center Middle School's Classified Employee of the Year, Mrs. Maria Escalante.
My name is Laura Clark, and I'm the principal of Dalton Elementary School. It is my honor to introduce the Dalton Classified Employee of the Year, Michelle Rodriguez. Michelle has served as our wonderful and beloved noon supervisor at Dalton for 10 years, but she has also served our community in so many other ways. Michelle is a tireless advocate for our students. Through her initiative, advocacy, and tireless work with Kohl's Cares, she has helped raise over $5,000 to reach our school-wide goals of purchasing walkie-talkies, planning field trips, and supporting PTA programs. She has also helped to raise over $3,000 for the Azusa High School Drama Club to support their trip to New York City. Michelle is a regular fixture at Dalton family evening events, volunteering her time to help decorate, serve up dinner, or clean up afterwards. She also shows her commitment by regularly soliciting local businesses for donations of supplies and special materials for our events. She is a behind-the-scenes dynamo who is relentless about making sure that Dalton is a better place for families and students. Michelle also volunteers in the community for organizations like Happy Hope Box, which supports Children's Hospital, and DIY Thank You Cards, which reaches out to those in all military branches. She also volunteers for churches in the community in their quest to assist those that are homeless. As her supervisor, I can say that there have been countless occasions when I have thanked my lucky stars that Michelle is part of our team. She always has a positive attitude and professional approach even through difficult circumstances. She has been an excellent role model for our students. She has offered thoughtful and effective insight to help solve problems when staff or I need help. It is with great pleasure that I present you Michelle Rodriguez, the very well-deserved Dalton Classified Employee of the Year.
Good evening. I would like to thank the board and Dr. Kaminsky and everyone involved in this event. It's a beautiful event that we love to celebrate. My name is Alexis Norman, and I am the principal at Ellington School. I, along with the staff, are very excited to celebrate Ms. Noemi Cervantes as Ellington's Classified Employee of the Year. Ms. Cervantes is joined today by some of our fabulous Ellington staff members back there. There is no way that I could describe all of the reasons why Noemi is standing before you today. However, I will point out 3 very special characteristics. Noemi is kind. This is evident when you watch her interact with our Eagles. We have very special Eagles, as every school does. However, Noemi will put down her work, she'll push it aside, and she'll take her time to talk with our students that are checking in, or have made a negative choice, or just need someone to hear them. She looks at them in their eyes, she asks them questions, and she never talks down to them. Noemi is patient. She has this tenfold. Sometimes, not all the time, we have community members in our office that might be a little frustrated, let's just say concerned for their children. Noemi never acts negatively. She never reacts. She always listens. She understands that everyone needs to be heard. By the time concerns reach me, she has de-escalated them, oftentimes solving problems entirely. Noemi is a learner. Our staff is constantly asking her for information. She does not bat an eye. If she knows the information, she answers. If she does not, she says, I don't know, I'll find out. She's a seeker of knowledge and is so resourceful that I never need to ask her to find out any piece of information. She always knows who to contact, and when doing so, is professional and considerate. It is an honor to work with you. Your professionalism, kindness, patience, and loyalty make you a very special human being. Please join me in recognizing Ellington's Classified Staff Member of the Year, Ms. Noemi Cervantes.
Everyone, supposed to make it short, but I told her I couldn't. Anyway, Foothill Middle School is honored to present Maria Pot as this year's Classified Employee of the Year. As most of you have probably noticed from my previous speeches, I always describe a funny anecdote about the honoree. As I began thinking about a humorous moment that includes Maria, I decided not to mention one, not because there weren't any, but because Maria has done so much for our staff and families that it would be a disservice not to mention her within my 2-minute speech limit all the incredible things Maria has done at Foothill Middle School's community, as Foothill's Middle School's community liaison. In addition to doing all her job duties extremely well, Maria makes certain anytime there's an opportunity to assist our students and family, she will jump at that chance and she goes above and beyond. For example, each year the Assistance League of Covina offers a $125 grant for low-income families to buy clothes, shoes at Target in Azusa. In November of 2018, last year, well, 2 years ago actually, Maria coordinated to have 10 Foothill Middle School students receive the grant to buy clothing at Target. This past November 2019, she doubled that, and probably more than 20 students. We were trying to count yesterday, but there were 20 students that were able to receive this grant and get clothes and shoes really they deserved, they needed. Yet another example, just recently we had 2 FMS families in need of assistance. The father of 2 students attending Foothill was diagnosed with cancer and could no longer work. The father of another FMS student had a stroke, and because her father could not work, the family was evicted from their home. Maria organized a drive where she collected donations, had staff sign cards, and prepared and delivered personally all the gifts and the baskets and goodies to assist both families in their time of need. Can I just drop the mic right now? No. Finally, with respect to reaching out and supporting our students attend school regularly, I can confidently say that Maria is the first community liaison in the district who has done evening home visits. And I have to say this, Foothill, you ready? We're here. Maria, you are a rock star. Okay. Maria is joined tonight by her family, Mr. and Mrs. Gomez, and her sister, Erica, and of course, our Foothill family. In closing, it is an honor to be associated with such a dedicated employee who anyone at FMS can count on. Please join me in recognizing Maria Poth as Foothill Middle School's Classified Employee of the Year.
Good evening. I'm Gabriel Fernandez. I'm the new principal over at Gladstone High School, and like a high school principal does, sometimes we have to improvise. Our Classified Employee of the Year, Maria Rocha, is out sick tonight. She's been out sick since yesterday, but she is our ASB bookkeeper, and if you know anything about ASB bookkeeping at high school, it is a thankless job with cash from all sorts of places. It is thankless because of all the different clubs you got to handle and all the different sources of income, invoices, and things coming in and going. And like Dr. King said, if you're going to do a job, do it like Michelangelo. And I believe that Maria Rocha is a Michelangelo at Gladstone. We have many bright stars at Gladstone in our classified. I feel like I'm running the Lakers right now with our classified team. They're such great people, but Maria Rocha's LeBron James and Anthony Davis rolled up into one. She is just amazing. Impeccable work. The audits, we don't have findings, I think, because she's that good. In high school ASB, it's tough, but she does it well. I wish she were here, so I'm going to use my imagination. Maria, you're great. Thank you so much.
Good evening. My name is Victoria Velasquez. I'm principal of Victor Hodge School, the school which is honoring tonight Adela Gonzalez, our Classified Employee of the Year. Tonight, her husband of 25 years, Wallace, joins her, as well as her daughter, Lexi, Cal State University Fullerton grad. I mentioned this along with the fact that her son, Jason, who's at university right now, can't be here because, first and foremost, her accomplishments, speaking of her accomplishments, it pains her. But when she speaks of her accomplishments, her family, she lights up with joy. It was difficult for her to talk to me about her career. She just really couldn't do it. And so I'm going to go ahead and do my best with baseball metaphors. I begin by presenting her family and introducing their accomplishments because she is a team player. In fact, I often hear her saying to me, "You've got this." And I'm pretty sure Lexi and Jason grew up with that. She is someone who does not like to be in the spotlight, but this is her moment. When I think about her accomplishments and how they parallel that passionate and heartfelt home team and Azusa team and Hodge team, one of the things that I want to say is that she was selected by her community as our classified MVP because she really is so valuable. 17 years in the district as a classified member, most of them at Hodge as a community liaison and as our clerk. And I don't think this is the right way to say it, but maybe pitch hitting when the secretary has been out. I don't know if that's right. But she gets it done. I want her family to hear all the ways in which she makes a difference for others, whether it's walking a child down the hall who's crying and doesn't want to come to class, solving an attendance issue, keeping me from getting hit in the face by curveball. That's a real one. And she's always willing to step in. I think it's like, coach, put me in attitude. She gets things done in a timely manner. She doesn't want the attention. I mean, we already cried about this, so we're not going to do that again. People call her Miss Adela because the relationships that she's cultivated with students, with staff, with parents, they know that she cares about them. She can answer the phone and juggle and still, type me an email about what just happened, and she looks beautiful when she does it. I want her family to hear this and send it to Brother and publish it all over, because I think that her dedication and the ways in which she has learned from being a team member with you, she gives to all of us on a daily basis, and we're better for it. And I think there's something about you bring us home safe. And I thank you for that, and we thank you for that. Hodge School's MVP, Miss Adela, go Cougars. Please join me in honoring her as our Classified Employee of the Year.
Good evening, I'm Diana Rojas, principal of Lee Elementary School, and it is with great pleasure that I present Mrs. Michelle Mendez as Charles Lee's Classified Employee of the Year. Let me begin by sharing that Mrs. Mendez, or Ms. Michelle, as we all dearly call her, has only been a new supervisor at Lee for 4 years, but a true Lee Lion for many more years than that. Mrs. Michelle Mendez has a long-standing connection and history to Lee Elementary. She attended Lee Elementary when she was a child. Her daughter Ashley and her son Michael both attended Lee as well. And her father, Kent Robbins, who recently passed away, was a big part of the Lee Elementary School and the Zusa community. I am certain that tonight, her Father in heaven is having a very proud Mufasa on the rock moment as Michelle carries on his legacy and all she does for our Lee students, staff, and parents. Michelle is most deserving of this recognition as her patience and dedication are truly remarkable. We are fortunate to have her as an essential part of our Lee family. Ms. Mendez is so dependable that I never have to worry about her being late to work. She always arrives early, even sometimes before me. Michelle does an excellent job at juggling all her duties. She does morning bus duty, breakfast duty, gate duty, lunch duty, playground duty, and after-school dismissal, all with a pleasant smile. Michelle always puts kids first and makes their safety a priority. She takes great pride in her work and frequently tells everyone how much she loves her job. Michelle has numerous interactions with students, parents, and staff at Lee Elementary School on a daily basis, and she's always friendly, respectful, caring, and supportive. She has established excellent rapport with students and parents. Her dedication and devotion to kids shines through her daily greetings and through her favorite phrases, which are, "I love my job," and "Is there anything I can help you with?" Along with being a great noon supervisor, Ms. Michelle Mendez volunteers countless hours in our school library, in classrooms, in the office, and with PTA events. Even though Ms. Michelle only works 3 hours a day, you will find her on our campus all day long, every day, ready and willing to assist in any capacity that she can. Mrs. Mendez has also volunteered her time within the community at local food banks and Mayor Rocha events. Mrs. Michelle Mendez is a true asset to Charles Lee Elementary School, and I am honored to recognize her as our Classified Employee of the Year.
Good evening. My name is Leslie Ford. I'm the Director of Early Childhood Programs. It is with great pleasure that I introduce James Ormiston as Longfellow's Classified Employee of the Year. This has been an incredible year for James. In addition to this award, James and his beautiful wife Vanessa welcomed Frankie May into their family. As the Director of Early Childhood Programs, my life revolves around young children, Disney and Hallmark. However, I have seen commercials, and James, there's evidence that you could be the next James Bond. After much research, I found that you and James Bond have some of the same identifying characteristics. First, you have many names, James, Jimmy, Jay, and sometimes Jane, to which you respond in a low register. This is James, just like James Bond. Like James Bond, you have the courage to take risks. Young children and their teachers never say what they mean, rather they speak in code, so you never really know what you might encounter. Code yellow, code brown, code green, and I heard there is a new code purple. Additionally, your word is impeccable. Your work expectations are doubled due to our numerous special activities. However, when you say it will be done, worries cease, because we all know that you genuinely care and deliver excellent quality work. In the same manner, you both are measured and calm. James, you are dedicated, hardworking, and efficient. Regardless of the tasks and timelines, you remain organized, focused, and prepared to complete any project. Another recognizable trait is loyalty. You go above and beyond when teachers, parents, or children need assistance. Who else can boast of a custodian so dedicated that he accompanies his supervisors to clean rooms on other school sites? Furthermore, both of you have a sense of humor and are loved by all. Children shared great joy when you dressed up as a stegosaurus in pajamas. Parents made treats to celebrate your nomination for this award, while others decorated your office for the holidays with a Grinch, no less. All of these great attributes shared between James Bond and you were discovered on the website Inspire for Life Coaching, which fits you perfectly. James Ormiston, you are an inspiration to us all, and of course, we wish you well in your next future movie career. Please join Longfellow in honoring James Ormiston as Longfellow's Classified Employee of the Year. I really just want to say, Coach. He coached my kids. I do have to add on to this real quick. He coached them, gosh, long time ago. And Nathan's about to graduate, so thank you so much for all that you do in our district and all that you've done in our community. Congratulations.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Marcela Fonseca, and I'm the proud principal at Magnolia Elementary. And it is my great honor to present to you our Classified Employee of the Year, May Castañeda. May became part of the Magnolia team when the Mustangs and the Eagles joined forces this year. When this eagle landed, she wasted no time trading in her feathers for horseshoes. She definitely needed them because she spends much of her day zooming around campus, helping out wherever needed. One of our staff members describes May as friendly, outgoing, and willing, and I couldn't agree more. When she got transferred to Magnolia as a noon supervisor, she didn't know that her awesome reputation had preceded her, and we had big plans for her. Before she even had an opportunity to come see her new work location, I called her, introduced myself, and cut straight to the chase. "We need assistance with breakfast supervision. Are you available to help out?" "Yes," she enthusiastically replied. Then another day I called back and said, "We need help with after-school supervision. Can you help us out?" "Yes, absolutely," no hesitation. So I thought to myself, these rumors must be true. Miss May, that's what the kids call her, is gold. I can't wait to meet her in person, and I hope she doesn't run away. So if you've done the math, we have Miss May before school, during lunch, and after school. That leaves a lot of time in between. That's when you will catch her volunteering in the classroom, running copies, making flowers for bulletin boards, working at the carnival, decorating the office for Christmas, and then taking it all down. She is a dedicated wild Mustang, and we are so happy she's here. But there is much more to Miss May than work and volunteerism. Her most important job title is mom. May is a loving mother to 4 wonderful children, 2 of whom are here tonight, Bella and Eli. Her youngest daughter, Bella, is a 3rd grader at Magnolia, and you can tell she is so proud of her mama. Well, Bella, we're proud of your mama too. Thank you, May, for bringing your bright smile and positivity to Magnolia. We appreciate you and all you do. Congratulations.
Thank you. Good evening. My name is Jeanette Flores, and I am the proud principal of Murray Elementary. And I'd like to introduce to you Murray Elementary's Classified Employee of the Year, Ms. Antonia Rojas. Joining Antonia Rojas tonight are 2 out of her 4 daughters. One is in Colorado, and one couldn't make it because she's having a baby any minute now. She also has 2 of her granddaughters with her and her son. And of course, our Murray staff, who is also here supporting Antonia tonight. Ms. Rojas has worked in Azusa since 2008. She has worked at Gladstone High School, Slauson Middle School, and Murray, where she has spent the majority of her time. Ms. Rojas' patience, dedication, and love for children has allowed her to dedicate her career in Azusa to our most at-risk and vulnerable students, working as an instructional aide in our special ed department. I asked the teachers at Murray to share some highlights of their time working with Ms. Rojas, and here are a few things of what they said. I was fortunate to have had the opportunity to work closely with Ms. Rojas during my first 2 years of teaching. She supports the students and staff as much as she can. She sets expectations for the students, she works with and makes them accountable for their actions. I appreciate her positive attitude and her kindness towards others. She's always willing to go the extra mile, and that's why she deserves this recognition. She's a great cook. Everybody in her family has her beautiful smile. She has a servant heart. She always wants to take care of everybody. She is passionate in what she does and enjoys working with the students. She considers everyone a part of her family. She is always an advocate for kids. She was very involved with her own kids' education, who all attended Azusa schools, and her involvement and dedication has paid off since one of her daughters, Diana Rojas, is currently principal at Lee Elementary. She enjoys sharing her pozole and wonderful treats with us and helps out in any way she can when it comes to social potlucks. She helps in the setup, the cleanup of all events. She's a wonderful asset to Murray Elementary School. Antonia is like the great tia that everybody wants and has. But that is not all. There's a lot more to Miss Antonia. She currently teaches catechism to 4th and 5th grade students at her local church. She cooks for the church retreats. She currently attends the adult ed because she wants to improve her writing skills. She graduated with a BA from APU in December of 2018, and she has a second job. Miss Rojas works at In-N-Out 5 nights a week after her day at Murray. I have to say that what has touched me the most about Ms. Rojas is learning that every day after work at In-N-Out, Ms. Rojas takes a meal home. And on her way home, she finds someone in need of that meal, and she gives it to them. This is something she has done every day since she began working at In-N-Out. So Mrs. Rojas, I want to thank and congratulate you on behalf of myself and the Murray community for being kind, caring, compassionate, dedicated, hardworking, loving, going the extra mile, for being Murray's personal chef, and for feeding the hungry. This is why the Murray community has chosen you to be our Classified Employee of the Year. Congratulations.
Congratulations, Ms. Antonia Rojas. I have to say, I've known this woman for a very, very, very long time. I'm not going to say how long, but everything that they said about you, I second that, and I'm so proud of you, and we are so lucky to have you here at Azusa Unified School District. Please don't go anywhere yet.
Thank you.
Good evening, everybody. My name is Maria Calderon. I am the Director of Nutrition Services, and here I have Ms. Bertha Carmona, our Employee of the Year, Classified Employee of the Year. I'm extremely excited and proud to present this to her. I started off the year new here, and there was a lot of changes, and one of the major changes that we did is how we serve our students. We wanted to make sure our students were served fresh, quality food, freshly prepared in the kitchens. I know it sounds a little strange because we work in kitchens, but in the past they used to be delivered hot. By the time our students would receive the food, it wasn't in good quality. Not only did Ms. Bertha take on that challenge to say, yes, I am going to prepare each and every meal here in the kitchen, I actually moved her from one kitchen to a whole different environment. So with a little bit of time and knowledge, she took on that challenge, and she did it for the students. And I am extremely proud. And I know I'm not justifying the hard work that she's done, but that was an amazing accomplishment that she did this year. And I want to thank you for that, Bertha, because you did an excellent job with that. Thank you. As I get to know her a little more, I'm wondering, you know, she serves more than just food. She really, truly serves from her heart. She's dedicated. She's very passionate at what she does. I learned that she actually started off by volunteering with her children in kindergarten. And with that, the principal and the teacher saw that she has more to give, and she started off as a noon aide, and then from there she moved on in our department, and I am so glad she landed in nutrition services, so thank you. Thank you.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Antonio Flores, and I am the proud principal of Paramount Elementary. And it is with great pleasure to introduce to you Paramount Elementary's Classified Employee of the Year, our wonderful, awesome community liaison, Mrs. Leticia Rosas. As you can tell, tonight Mrs. Rosas is joined by her husband of 20 years, John, her daughters Vanessa, Jessica, her grandchildren, mom, sister, brother-in-law, niece, nephew, and I believe niece's boyfriend is also here, so they all came out to celebrate Leti tonight. Leti has worked for the Azusa Unified School District for 20 years and has been quite a journey. It started in 1980 when she took her first job assignment as a bilingual instructional aide at Paramount, where she worked for 5 years. But then she decided to leave Azusa Unified and work for a bank for 10 years. But then Azusa started calling her back. Come back, Leti, come back. And she took a position as an SDC instructional aide at Azusa High School. And that was a very interesting job, right? She left Azusa again and took a position at an insurance company. And 10 years later, again, Azusa came calling. Leticia, you belong in Azusa, you belong in Azusa. And in 2006, she was hired as community liaison for Paramount. And we have been very, very lucky for that. During her 14 years at Paramount, Leti has built strong relationships with many families in our community. She is compassionate, she is self-motivating, and an advocate for families in need. And she is an excellent artist. And you can see a lot of her work on a lot of our campuses here around the district. Leti will go above and beyond for the benefit of our school, for students, and of course our Paramount community. She will always take time out of her busy, busy schedule to help parents find local resources in their times of needs. Leti, I want to thank you for everything that you do for Paramount and for our community. And it's with great pleasure once again to introduce you as Paramount Elementary's Classified Employee of the Year.
Can I say something about her? I just wanted to say something about Leti. I've known her for many years, but she's a beautiful artist. She's did many murals throughout our school district. When she did the mural at Murray School, and she had to get done before school started, I'm not sure what time it was, but it was dark, and she was up there in the scaffold. So I would go by and talk to her periodically and see how she was doing, because I was trying to look for Johnny, her husband, who wasn't there. So I thought I'd go and help her out. Right, Johnny? Wherever you're at? Oh. But she does a beautiful job. If you go to the schools and see the murals, we really thank her for that. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Good evening, I'm Jenny Weeby. I'm the proud principal of Powell School of the Arts, and the staff of Powell School is proud to present Angelica Curiel as our Classified Employee of the Year. Angelica is joined tonight by her husband, Javier and Karina, her two children. So thank you for being with us. It's a beautiful day in this neighborhood, a beautiful day in this neighborhood. Won't you be my neighbor? Over the break, I watched the documentary on the life of Mr. Rogers. He said, "The thing I remember best about successful people I've met through all the years is their obvious delight in what they are doing. And it seems to have very little to do with worldly success. They just love what they're doing, and they love it in front of others." This made me think of Angelica. Miss Angelica is an aide in our preschool classroom at Powell. You can tell that she loves what she does. I can't remember a time that I've entered the classroom and seen her standing. Why? Because she's sitting on the floor, comforting a child while intently listening and patting his back. Or she's in the playhouse area eating pretend food and holding baby dolls while conversing with kids. Or she's crawling around the floor wrapped in scarves or hats from the dress-up bin, laughing and playing with her students. Fred Rogers also said, "The most important thing that we are able to be one-on-one, you and I with each other at the moment. If we can be present to the moment with the person that we happen to be with, that's what's important. When you see Angelica interacting with children, she's all in, totally present. It's as if the child that she is talking to or playing with is the most important person in the world. Where does this spirit come from? When Angelica was 16 and wondering what to do with her life, her grandfather told her, "Do something that you love and you'll be happy." She loves children, and she's been working with preschoolers for 11 years. 9 years ago, Angelica's husband was involved in a tragic accident that left him in a wheelchair. They've been happily married for 24 years, and she said that his positive attitude and sense of humor has gotten them through. Well, Angelica brings that family positive attitude and joy with her every day to Powell. She makes every day a beautiful day in our Powell neighborhood. One of the little girls in her class can't quite say Miss Angelica, so she calls her Miss America. And I have to say, I'm not opposed at all. We need more people like Angelica in our schools, in our community, in our country. So please join me in honoring our Miss America, Miss Angelica Curiel, Powell's Classified Employee of the Year.
Thank you.
Good evening, I'm Kent Stout, and I'm the assistant principal at Sierra High School. It is my honor to introduce to you our Classified Employee of the Year, Ms. Lori Calderon. Lori tonight is joined by our Sierra staff and also a big portion of her family. We have 3 of her 4 children here. We have Anne, Angela, and Adam, and then 3 of her grandchildren, of her 9 grandchildren are here, which are Ethan and Molly and Charlie. And then, of course, we have her husband, Vince, which better known as her prince, which is why we have her crown on today. When the nomination forms were turned into our school, there was no question Lori was our Employee of the Year. Overwhelmingly, the staff and students talked about her dedication, her kindness, and commitment to everyone. Lori began her career working for schools 27 years ago. She was an assistant director for MOT at Monrovia Unified. She's been an attendance and activity clerk for San Gabriel Unified, and then the secretary at Longfellow before joining the office staff at Sierra 2 years ago. One teacher said, "Lori is a true delight. Her fun spirit is a joy in the office. She has a positive attitude and is always helpful to us as teachers." Once at work, Lori is very busy making sure everything is ready for another successful day. As the day begins, she monitors our attendance and makes friendly calls home to check in on our students. She organizes and sets up all our SART meetings. 2 of Lori's greatest characteristics are her kindness and compassion. When students enter the office, they are always greeted by her warm smile and kind words. From my office, I often hear her offering students a bottle of water on hot days. Water that she brought. Sorry, Vince. And she's also encouraging them, and she's a true believer that all of our students are going to graduate on time. Lori, the staff and students at Sierra High want you to know how much we appreciate all you do for us. Thank you for your grace, patience, and love. We celebrate you tonight and are proud that you are Sierra High School's Classified Employee of the Year.
Good evening. I'm Yvette Walker. I'm the principal at Slauson Middle School, and welcome this evening. This evening it is my pleasure to introduce Slauson's Classified Employee of the Year, Ms. Diane Velasquez. She is joined this evening with her husband Ray of 35 years, her two brothers who are also here, her sister who was honored earlier in Azusa for Azusa High School, two of her 4 children, her daughter, her son's fiance, and her grandchild. Her grandchildren. She's got a couple here. Welcome. Diane joined the district in 1988 and has served many positions over the years. During her time at Slauson, she has served as an office clerk, where she was one of the first friendly faces in front of the office, greeting everyone with a smile and her bubbly personality. More recently, Diane has made the transition to our school librarian. As our librarian, she has transformed our school library into a reading wonderland, displaying books of interest and providing an inviting and comfortable place for students to read before, during, and after school. She has also provided a place for them to do their homework. She recently and successfully had a book fair selling over 2,200 in reading materials. When I think of the impact that Diane has made at Slauson, I am reminded of the significance of her daily presence. Her patience is invaluable, whether it be assisting a parent or working with a student in choosing out a book of interest. She has the ability to recognize when students need assistance and is right there to support. She arrives early to work and often stays beyond her time. Diane's first priority is to the students on our campus. However, she is never too busy to assist a teacher who may also need support researching. Every year, Diane is willing to come in during her summer break, give up her time to support the office staff in getting ready for the start of the school year. This year was our first year for online registration. Distributing books, Diane was sure that all 640 students had books in hand and ready to go for the first day of school. Diane's work ethic demonstrates that she upholds the care and concern of not only the students, but also the teachers, the community, and the staff. Diane, here's what some of your colleagues said about you. She is friendly, she is kind, she is creative, and she has transformed our library into a new and inviting space for students. Please join the staff of Slauson Middle School in recognizing and congratulating Diane Velasquez as our Classified Employee of the Year.
Good evening. My name is Adriana Garcia Medina, and it is my honor to be here today to recognize Ms. Carrie Salsi as Valleydale's Classified Employee of the Year. Joining us to celebrate Ms. Carrie is her mom and her 2 lovely daughters. Thank you so much for being here with us. You may recognize Carrie because there has been at least 3 generations of the Salsi family that has contributed and made an impact at the Azusa Unified School District. Some as volunteers, others as employees, and others as valuable citizens within our city. Carrie herself is a former Lee Lion, Foothill Trojan, and proud Azusa Aztec. Carrie has served our district for the past 20 years at 8 different school sites. But lucky for us, she is now a Valleydale Viking, and she is a student support assistant with our Life Skills 3rd through 5th grade class, which is an amazing group of students. She has supported our special education programs with commitment and love for our students. Every morning, Carrie is the first well, maybe not the first, but one of the first people that our kids see as they come through the cafeteria door. It is her friendly face and that beautiful smile that she greets all our kids with that sets them up to have a wonderful day. So we appreciate that very much. She greets them every day, and she is ready to get their day started. She approaches her job as a labor of love, and she does so because it is instilled in her. She expects no reward or recognition, and although her position can be challenging at times, it's the commitment that does not waver, and because she wants to make an impact in the lives of our students. When we asked her colleagues to tell us what they appreciated most about her, they said that her contributions were invaluable. She's caring, she's positive, she's reliable, and she's willing to take on any task that's asked of her. We thank you, Carrie, for your positive influence and contribution at Valleydale, and we are very thrilled and excited that you are part of our staff. Congratulations, Carrie Salsi, as Valleydale's Classified Employee of the Year.
Our next award recipient is our district's Classified Employee of the Year. So if you could all please put your hands together and recognize the great Lori Ray.
Good evening. My name is Dana Mitchell, and I'm the Director of Curriculum and Instruction for the district. It is my pleasure to congratulate Lori Ray as the Azusa Unified School District's Classified Employee of the Year. Tonight, Lori is joined by her loving and supportive family. Would you please stand and be recognized? Her husband, John, daughter, Krista, daughter Jennifer, her husband Mike, and their son Andrew, who is a student at Valleydale Elementary in the dual immersion program. Hey, Andrew! Lori works in the Office of Curriculum and Instruction in the district office as the textbook warehouse clerk. She has been an employee of AUSD for 26 years, beginning her career at Longfellow as an instructional aide. Lori is a lifelong Azusa resident. She attended Dalton Elementary, Slauson Middle School, Azusa High School, and Citrus College. Lori's daughters attended Gladstone High School, and they both went on to earn their undergraduate and graduate degrees, Jennifer earning her degrees from University of Laverne and UC Irvine, and Krista from UC Berkeley and Claremont Graduate School. So we're all very proud of them as well. Among Lori's many duties in Azusa, Lori's primary responsibilities include ensuring that all students have their required instructional materials, filling orders from the sites, maintaining the textbook and instructional materials inventory in the warehouse, and reviewing invoices and packing slips to ensure that our shipments are correct. Over the last 4 years, spanning from preschool to high school, we've adopted new curricular materials in language arts, English language development, mathematics, history, social science, and this year, science. Managing and processing the textbook and instructional materials inventory and its distribution to the sites is a monumental task in which Lori uses her noteworthy skills that make her such a valuable employee. Lori, your organization, your foresight, your hindsight, your planning, prioritizing, projecting, collaboration, and teamwork. And you do all of this with kindness, grace, optimism, and integrity. As she balances the instructional materials of the sites, I appreciate her strong communication skills and can-do spirit. She always maintains a professional, friendly attitude with all those she comes in contact. Her cheerful and professional demeanor provide her office with a positive working environment. She takes tremendous pride in her work and knows that it has a direct connection to student learning, all of which we are grateful for the work that you do for Azusa Unified. But just as important as that work is, it's also the work that you do that others may not see. Lori has served our district's learning community in so many other ways. While her daughters were in school, she volunteered in their classrooms and was an original member of the Superintendent's Roundtable. She currently serves on our district's strategic planning committee and thoughtfully participates in a collaborative process with staff, students, and parents to improve learning outcomes for students. Lori also serves her AUSD community as the CSEA's second vice president. In this role, she is the chief union steward, serving on the negotiation team, as well as a conference delegate. Lori enjoys her role as she gives her an opportunity to help support CSEA members. Outside of this work, Lori is also a community volunteer. She served as an announcer at our city's Golden Days Parade, volunteers with her Azusa CSA chapter colleagues for various events, such as Azusa Leaders for Learning Foundation and Operation Santa Claus. For the last 10 years, she's been a volunteer at the City of Azusa Relay for Life as both a committee member and an event chair. In addition to this, since 2008, Lori has volunteered for the City of Hope Walk and also a very special event called Wish Upon a Toy event. At the Wish Upon a Toy event, because many of the adult patients are too ill to shop and provide Christmas toys for their children, the patients at City of Hope have an opportunity to go shopping for their loved ones for free by going through their pop-up store at the City of Hope and selecting any gift that they want for everyone on their list. Once they're done shopping, a team of volunteers wraps the presents. And Lori is one of these volunteers who helps these families bringing joy during a very difficult time. All of these accomplishments are indicative of who you are. Someone who serves with a grateful heart, a trusted colleague and friend, and someone we can count on for support. Here's what some of your colleagues had to say. Anytime I ask Lori for something, she just takes care of it. If I have questions about textbooks or library books, Lori's my go-to person. Lori has unlimited knowledge with vendors and school sites, which make our Williams audit that much easier for our department. She's reliable, easy to approach, and helpful. I have a lot to say. Lori is a problem solver. When she sees a need, she's always eager to help anyone. I first met Lori in 2007 when I was in my first year in Azusa Unified as an assistant principal at Sierra High School. And I will never forget the support that you provided me. Each year, you would come to the site and help me review all the testing materials. I was new, I wasn't very familiar with it. But because I was new, you took the time to help me with the process, organize materials, count them, endless counting, remember that? And you also provided me with some comic relief during some very stressful times. And this is something that I learned. It wasn't something that you had to do, it was something you did because you knew that I needed the support because I was learning. And she continued to do that throughout my career. When I moved to Azusa High School as assistant principal, there was Lori Ray helping me again with endless just support and counting and materials. When I went on to Slauson Middle School, same thing. No matter where I was, you were always there to lend me a hand and support me. You followed me, exactly, and I appreciate that. When Lori's not working and serving others through her volunteer work, she can be found with family and friends. She spends cherished time with her family, especially her son Andrew, going to Disneyland and Legoland. When I asked Lori what she enjoys most about her work in Azusa Unified, she replied, the people. That makes sense. That's one of the things I know we all appreciate about you the most, is your genuine sense of community and ethic of care that you show to everyone, staff, students, families. Over the years, her commitment to serving our staff and students has not changed. I feel very fortunate to be able to work with you every day. Please join me in congratulating Lori Ray, Azusa Unified School District's Classified Employee of the Year.
Well, I'd like to add on to this, and we have a certificate for you. It says the Azusa Unified School District All-District Classified Employee of the Year Award is proudly presented to Lori Ray for outstanding dedication and contribution to the Azusa Unified School District students, dated January 7th, 2020, signed by Linda Kaminsky, Dr. Linda Kaminsky, and me. So there's their certificate, but that's not all. That's, yes, and now we also have a plaque for you to hang in your living room. The Azusa Unified School District congratulates Lori Ray, Classified Employee of the Year 2019-2020. And thank you for everything that you do. I've seen you, I've seen you at work, so I appreciate you and everybody with you, and we're going to miss you if you ever leave. Don't. Okay, good. Thank you.
Thank
All right.
you very much.
Let's get a picture here. Okay. And then-
And I know before Ms. Ray presents us with her speech, there is more. President Bibbles Vogel. I want to call up Melissa, one of our cherished partners with the Foothill Credit Union, to present Ms. Ray with a special certificate and more.
I'm so happy. Thank you, Melissa. I've been fortunate enough to actually work with her, so I'm super happy to be here and present to you. So on behalf of Foothill Credit Union, we're actually one of the partners for the school district, and not only do we want to be there for your financial needs, we love to give back in any way we can. So I'm here to present Azusa's Unified School District Classified Employee of the Year, Miss Lori Ray, this $100 check just to show our being grateful for your devotion to your students and to the school district. So thank you very much.
Thank you.
Okay, now I have to say a few words.
Yes.
You sure?
I'm going to do well.
Thank you. Thank you very much. So, members of the board, Dr. Kaminsky, and Superintendent's Cabinet. Sorry, I almost called you a council. I am so honored to be here tonight and grateful to be recognized as Azusa USD's Classified Employee of the Year. First, I'd like to congratulate all the honorees from each site and let them know being chosen is a great honor. And because the people that nominated you at your sites, they're the ones who see you every day and what you do for the students, our district, our community. And as you can tell by, the different speeches up here, we have truly amazing classified employees. Excuse me, a little nervous. One of the questions that was asked during the interview when we were choosing the district-wide recipient was, what do you like most about your job? Well, I had two answers. One, I enjoy visiting the sites during the Mock Williams visits, although the sites probably don't like that. But, and I enjoy experiencing the innovative learning and what is occurring in the classrooms. It gives me a chance to interact with the teachers and the students, and it acts as a reminder of who our work benefits. Because, sometimes at the district office, we don't see the students every day. So it's really nice to go out and see them, and it just, it's a reminder for all of us. I think if you work at the district office or, you don't see the students every day, it's nice to get out there and see what's going on in the classrooms. And then the other, what I might like most about my job, is I am able to work with every site and department in the district in some way. And I have met some wonderful people along the way, people that I admire and have learned from and have formed friendships with. I have been blessed to work with some of the most highly regarded administrators in the district throughout my 26 years working here, including my current director, Dr. Dana Mitchell. You abandoned me up here, but okay. I went, you're supposed to catch me if I fainted or something. Oh, okay. Thank you, Jorge. Anyway, so I enjoy working with Dana, and her knowledge of the curriculum and education is amazing. And along with her energizing, she's just like the Energizer Bunny. And you're just always going, and if you've ever worked with Dana, you know that to be true. Through the years of volunteering and working at AUSD, I have made lifelong friendships that I treasure dearly, especially my sisters, the girls. We have shared laughter, tears, disappointments, and celebration in each other's lives, along with relaxing girls' trips away from it all. Of course, I can't forget the one person who I need to share this honor with, my friend and coworker for nearly 20 years, Natalie Beltran, who's right over there. Okay, there we go. She's the one holding down the fort while I'm off at meetings, negotiations, and conferences, and I thank her for that and for making work a better place. I am truly blessed to have her in my life. And last, but most important, I want to thank my family for their love and support. My husband of 40 years, John, my loving daughters, Jennifer and Krista, and my son-in-law, Mike, who is really more of a son than a son-in-law. And, of course, the light of my life, my grandson, Andrew, who makes every day a good day for me. Andrew is currently, like Dana had said, in the DI preschool program at Valleydale. And he's learning Spanish, and he's been sharing some words with me, like counting in Spanish and, adios amigo. But my favorite has been the Christmas song they just performed at the school, Feliz Mommy Dog. I have been, I have been truly blessed working here at AUSD and by the wonderful people I have encountered in my journey. I would like to thank you all, and in the words of a very wise 4-year-old, Feliz Mama Dog, and adios amigos.
Wow. Raise your hand. Did you have some tears in your eyes? Did you hear something that was inspiring? Yes. This is such a heartwarming event for all of us, I'm sure, because every time we listen to the stories of these wonderful, wonderful people out here, it's inspiring, it's energizing, and it gives us a sense of gratitude for the beauty that we have and the wonderful opportunity we have to work with some fantastic people. I want to personally thank all of you. I'm very, very fortunate to work with you. I admire you greatly. I started as an instructional aide myself, and you are what treasured me or motivated me to stay in education. Thank you all. And thank you, Lori. Good night and congratulations to everyone.
Okay, do any board members have anything to say?
Yes, I would like to congratulate all the classified employees. I know you play a very big part in helping the schools run smooth, as I'm an ex-40-year classified employee myself. And I want to congratulate Lori Ray, well-deserved, and I want to thank you all for your service. Thank you.
Thank you to all the principals that your words, if somebody cried, I cried a few times tonight, just to get to know them in a different way, not just here and how they serve our school, but their community, their families. It's amazing just to be at these award ceremonies, to learn more about you and everything that you do. So congratulations to everyone. Congratulations to Lori. I was a classified employee also for the last 20 years. And, you know, it's one of those things where you guys are the pillar of our Azusa Unified School District, and we have many pillars, but you guys are one of those pillars, and can't do it without you guys. So thank you for all your hard work, and congratulations to all. Thank you.
And I'll just echo my colleagues. It's so heartening to hear all of the wonderful things that you're doing in our schools, touching our students, touching our families, our community, and also hearing how so many of you are so dedicated, come from our community, are part of us, and really are dedicated to our Azusa community. It's really great to hear. And going above and beyond, I saw a little eye looking over here when we heard a lot of people going past their contracts, but we know that all of you are so dedicated. Yes, principals. Yes, so we know all of you are very dedicated, and we really appreciate the dedication you give to our students, and I'm really looking forward to seeing that next year when my son is in kindergarten, so thank you.
And I'd like to ditto pretty much what everybody said. You all are the pillars. I mean, you're the foundation that we build off of. And our students are so lucky to have you. We are so lucky to have you. And thank you for making Azusa Unified as successful as it is and improving as much as it has over these years. So thank you and congratulations. And I believe that means we're done. So I adjourn the meeting. 8:27. Thank you.